Get back.
Hi, Carol.
Hi.
This is what happened when we went to talk with Carol Jean Paget about the charges she's facing.
Did you steal money from Unity Lutheran Church?
No.
$70,000?
No.
You were the treasurer, right?
Quit talking to me.
Well, I just want to get your side of the story, because
No.
you're being accused of that. Did you do it?
Paget was arrested and taken to jail on December 5th on charges of felony theft. A police report says the president of Unity Lutheran Church met with police to report that the treasurer of the church, identified as Carol Paget, had taken over $10,888 since August of 2015 by using the credit or debit card owned by the church. The report states that when it began time to pay bills, the pastor was made aware that they didn't have enough money to cover the expenses.
And if you're always short on money, people don't pay attention. So it's one of those things that creeps up on you. You rely on one person that you've trusted all of your life and for many years, and this person they had trusted for 15 years and never saw any reason not to.
On a good Sunday, the little church across from Stowe Elementary has about 45 people in the pews and can't afford to lose that kind of money.
Short on money means you're so close that you can hardly keep your monthly bills paid. You can't pay your utilities. You can't pay all the necessary expenses that are there. And, when you get to that point, it's getting close to closing the doors.
And that may have been the plan.
The theory is that Carol Paget tried to close the doors in the church to cover up her crime trail. Because if the church had closed, everything would have disappeared and nobody would have ever known.
The church estimates that over a period of years, Paget stole up to $70,000 or more.
I think there's a lesson here for small nonprofits. I think that the lesson is the bank statements need to go to more than just one person. It should go to every person on the board, and there should be regular audits conducted.
This Christmas, the folks at the church are heartbroken. And to add insult to injury,
Carol Paget has been able to hire private counsel. She has the money to go hire a private lawyer instead of going to the public defender office. And to compound that, she's also bonded out of several very serious felonies. So, she has plenty of money to defend herself, but she doesn't have any time or money to try to make it right and try to repay what was misappropriated.
On Tuesday, Urbandale police arrested 38-year-old Mindy Dawn Knapp on 2 counts of assault causing bodily injury or mental illness.
It's been a long investigation. The detectives did a lot of interviews. There's a lot of work in that investigation. DHS has been involved the whole time.
Sergeant Gary Lang says the investigation began in the winter after Mindy's adopted children came to Urbandale police with allegations of abuse.
It came to us first. We went to DHS to collaborate with them on the investigation.
The criminal complaint says that 2 of Mindy's adopted children were the victims of punishment at the hands of other adopted children in the household, and all at the direction of their mother, Mindy Knapp. Punishment for one of the juvenile victims included excessive physical exercise, water saturation, exposure to weather, and being struck with a belt, causing bruising to her arms and butt, all being witnessed by Mindy. The complaint states that while being video recorded and being witnessed by Mindy, 2 of her adopted children were instructed to get a confession from their sister. Physical assaults took place to include punching, slapping, and kicking. A belt was introduced by Mindy and used, causing pain and injury. We went to Mindy's home to hear what she had to say. A young lady answered the door, and then we heard another woman's voice coming from elsewhere in the house.
Hello.
Hi. Looking for Mindy?
Oh, I'm waiting.
Looking to speak with her.
Okay, over what?
Allegations that she forced her children to punish each other.
Okay, and why do you want to talk about that? No. Who are you? Shut the door. Goodbye.
She was arrested by the Urbandale Police Department. We're just looking to get her side of the story.
We knocked again, but this time no one would come to the door.
Go away or we're going to call the cops on you.
We just want to hear your side of the story.
Go.
We just want to be fair.
Now. Go.
Okay.
The important thing now is the kids are safe. The investigation, although it's pretty much wrapped up, it's always ongoing in something like this until the courts give a verdict.
It's a real problem. Anybody uptown can't get across town. The whole city in general is getting tired of it.
Huge hassle. It's a big delay every time.
Yeah.
They got to get something figured out. Every time you want to get somewhere quick, you got to come clear around. You know, it's a big pain.
The bridge is the main access to town. The fact that it's closed, well, that's a major inconvenience for drivers.
Oh, frustrating. It's ridiculous. I mean, look at this. You're wearing out the side streets. That's the big thing, too, you know.
The bridge closure is even affecting businesses.
I got a repair shop and towing service downtown. I got a semi out here right now waiting for a truck tire, and he didn't know how to get to me, so I come out here and I'll lead him up to my shop. And got to go up a couple blocks up this way and up and around, and it's a long ordeal. Every day we go through this. It's kind of a hardship on everybody downtown. We got a lot of different businesses downtown that people from I-80 don't know how to get to us.
That's what's happening to Zip's Pizzeria.
Does it affect me? Yes. I've had people tell me that they're out at the convenience stores wondering, how do you get to Zips? How do you get to Zips? So I think it probably does. And I think it just stops the random person from coming across the bridge, because anytime anymore somebody wants to go uptown and get away from the chains on the interstate, they just kind of drive. Well, they can't drive and people see detour. They detour right back to 80 and head on down the road.
I have filed 2 federal civil rights lawsuits against Madrid, in particular against the Chief of Police, Rick Tasler, and Officer Nick Millsap. Officer Millsap is no longer with the department.
Both of the lawsuits allege the police department used excessive force against citizens. The city settled the first suit for $50,000. A second lawsuit is pending.
There was a conversation between Tasler and the mayor in which they tried to encourage my client not to file a lawsuit, that he misunderstood what happened between him and the officers and that he shouldn't be filing a lawsuit. And this was prior to him actually filing the lawsuit, but after he engaged in conversation with me. So the claim against the mayor is that he engaged in what's called First Amendment retaliation.
Dirk Ringenberg abruptly resigned as mayor this week, and a city councilman says the most recent lawsuit is the reason why. With Ringenberg's resignation, Mayor Pro Tem Kurt Cruz is serving as acting mayor, and he's denying social media rumors that Ringenberg resigned due to a plan to shut down the police department.
At this point, there's no plan to terminate the police chief Monday night and get rid of the police department.
But Boone County Sheriff Greg Ellsbury says he suggested the idea of his office and his deputies taking over the police department after Ringenberg asked for help.
He says, down the road, if something happens, administratively, would you help us out? I said, yes. But then I gave him a proposal for more.
Sheriff Ellsbury says the takeover proposal stems from concerns he has about the police department.
There's an email account that's through Boone County. For that purpose, we need the security, we need the firewall. If we have a bolo come across, for example, of a robbery or whatever it be, we need that to go to their email. Found out that there's been 128 emails that haven't been read. They haven't been paying attention to the email.